What's going on, my peoples? I go by the name of the Sorcerer. As you can see, this will be my second episode on YouTube. But you know, I was recording prior to this, and I was just going to do like a quick reading. But Source told me to do a longer spread, so that's what I will be doing today. So, yes, I hope it resonates. If it does, I hope it helps. If not, send it back to the universe. Energy is fluid. We keep on shining and we stay right. So let's just see what's going on. Here we go. It is pretty cold in my house. So if you're asking why I've got my hoodie up, why my head's got my hood up and I'm like wrapped my head up, because I kind of want to feel like I'm around Cotton Will at the moment. Yeah, quite good. But yeah, let's see what the reading's saying. These will be my clarifiers, by the way. I hope everybody's having a good time. I am. Full of studying. And it's just a nice release to just doing something that you love. Okay. One last shuffle. Okay, let's see what's happening. I wonder if you guys can see my tarot cards on the table. If not, I'll have to put the cards, pick the cards up and show you. So obviously I've got my cards down on the deck and I've got clarifiers. Interesting. So first, the theme of the reading is about making choices. It's about using discernment out of the choices that you may have, and it's about filtering through what is beneficial for you, because there are things that you may feel that and what my intuition is telling me is that if you pray for rain, you gotta be ready for the mud that meets you. So there are things that you want, but you have to filter through which things that you desire the most, that's going to be really important to you, that's really going to be important for you during this current time. And that's a space of you basically using discernment, figuring through what the pros and cons are during the situation, why you have options, why these options are there in your thoughts. And it's more so that being sort of like looking at every option as a pro and con, and which one has more pros than cons, and actually just picking through and saying, this is what I want. And once you do so, it's about you basically eliminating ones that are not beneficial for you. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like, imagine all of your options as are people, and you guys are running through the hallway. And while you're running through the hallway, you can't get into that one room because all of these are stuck. All of these are stuck because it's all at once. So it's a case of basically picking one and eliminating options that you don't feel that's beneficial for you. And for me, my intuition, it seems like something to do with a work environment. Yeah, for me, it's about a work environment, and you basically being the governor of your own own self, and basically refereeing your own self and saying, you know what, this is what's important for me. This is what I need, rather than what I want, you know, and when you do so, it's about basically in the present moment is understanding that sometimes you'll have to take 2 steps back in order to take 5 steps forward. Sometimes it's actually not bad to sort of take a step back and look at it from a different perspective or bird's eye view and say to yourself, you know what, it's okay that I may take like a step back, but if it means that I can actually replan and see things for what it is and actually make decisive decisions through new strategy or a sense of inspiration, such as the Ace of Pentacles during your new chapter in your present moment. All I'm saying to you is it's okay to basically recalibrate and say to yourself, all right, let me just say I need to just have a pit stop before I basically go on the go. Because whatever decision that you may be picking is basically the start of a new chapter leading to a sense of like a completion, you know. For me, this is about what I love about the fact that you've got an Ace of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. For me, that's a case of you starting your story. You're at the start, and then although that you know what the end goal is, which is the Ten of Pentacles, you know, there is that essence of with the Ten of Pentacles that there is success, but it must come to absolute blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifices, knowing that you have to have a well thought plan. Because Pentacles, in terms of like, if we're looking at it from symbolism, it's about rationality as well. It's about stabilizing. It's actually using your rational mind and saying, okay, what do I need to do from the start to actually looking at it from point of view to the actual destination. And a lot of that is planning. You know, you have dreams, right? But if you don't have any plans, they're just going to be dreams. You know, most dreams are in the graveyard anyway, because a lot of them are not. They weren't even carried out. So my advice to you is to strategize during this current time. And for me, let me just see through. Yes, you've got to just take that leap of faith with the Fool card, because as you know, as the Fool goes, he will grow. And wherever he is, the sun is shining, but it's also about having that trust between you and Source. You and the universe saying that I will do it, I shall do it, I can do it. And you know, I might go to different diversions, but guess what? It's going to give me that inner strength, and it's going to give you that sense of fortitude. What I love about it is because it builds character. What I love about the cards from going from the Ace of Pentacles to Ten of Pentacles is that sense of character, knowing that you've got to, as you'll go, you'll learn through the process. And you know, it's like that sweet taste of victory when it's going to be very, very sweet, you know, through your own hard work, through your own from your own doings. And that's a pat on the back. Do you know what I mean? And what's rocking the soul at the moment? It's a case of release at the moment, a release of the pressure that you may be feeling. But for me, it's kind of like, as I said, if you're looking at it from a practicality point of view and a rational point of view, it's about you removing these illusions, removing them. If from a physical point of view, you eliminate the ones that you can't control, and you just focus on the ones that you can take. You take the gold from the pain, you know? And yeah, this came up, and this is basically saying that people say this card is not normally, it's a liar, cheater, stealer card, but also the card that's the Seven of Swords is also known for strategy. So if you strategize with your new journey from going from the Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles, and you use your sort of smarts, then you'll get to a stage of loving yourself again. This is a point where the tarot cards number 6 is a positive movement, very, very positive. So it's all about you basically understanding that, removing these pressures, and it's all about going through your own processes of self-love and self-discovery at the end of the day. I think there are times in your past, because in the past section is you've had ideas that haven't worked out, and it's probably prohibited you from going forwards, making new ideas, having self-doubt. And what I say to you about that is, it's all about saying that you've got the Ace of Swords for the past, and for me to clarify it more is the Ten of Swords in reverse. And that basically is saying to me that you shouldn't harbor things that basically in the past made you prohibit from going forwards. Failure as it is, it's still progression, because you tried, and you've acknowledged that didn't work, so you're going to try a different idea. So for me, use your past as more of a motivation, and basically say that, as I said to you at the start of the deck, is that you're going to have some ideas, and you're going to use your discernment and filtering through what are the pros and cons, what worked, or what's going to work, and what you don't think is going to work from your experiences. That's what you must be doing in this current process. But in the past, it's a case for you to say that things didn't work out. At the end of the day, failure is still progress. It's all about acknowledging those failures. And I think what your crowning moment is that you've got the Two of Wands in reverse, followed by the Magician. And my intuition is telling me is that I know it's more about you looking within yourself rather than within what you really want. With this change of perspective, it's like you have to look within yourself and take a second and just say, okay, this hasn't worked out. I'm not going to do anything in this moment in time because I need to analyze what I got to do. But once I do so, once I realize what I want to do, it's a case of making sure that when you are ready, it's about setting those intentions, manifesting these thoughts, and having that self-belief. Because when you have the Magician, what I love about the Magician, he's all about manifesting. He's got the wand connected right. He's got his wand pointed right up to the universe. And that's the intention of creating abracadabra, creating as we speak. And it's about the Magician manifesting. And you can bend reality through manifesting. It's all about you looking within first and looking into the intentions of what you want, as opposed to what you think you want. It's about knowing, once you know and you're dead set about it, go for it. Because even if you believe, believe, it's about, with belief, it's about you're still giving a choice. When you're knowing, it's the absolute. When you're dead set on doing something, you're dead set on doing something. It's about you manifesting these thoughts. In the incoming future, I think it's taking action. You've got the Five of Cups in reverse, and you've got the Page of Swords. So my intuition is telling me is that you're going to have to go through the fire pit like a sword, and during this fire pit, imagine a blacksmith and a sword. A sword gets stronger once it goes through fire. and it gets sharper once it goes through fire, because the blacksmith would basically make the sword stronger and make the sword sharper at the same time. And you're going to go through difficulties, but these are difficulties to make you stronger during this current time. It's like Saul saying to you, do you actually want it? But do you actually want it? I know I hear you say it, but do you actually want it? And you're going to have to go through these tests, because if you really want it, you're going to really persevere, and you're going to go through the fire pit. And it's a case of you, once you go through and pass, there's going to be this element of you of quick positive changes, swift movements. You know, it's just going through that stage of that hardship. You'll be getting your second wind. And the Eight of Wands is all about that wind energy, that fast flowing energy. And 8, it's that fluidity. The number 8, the Eight of Wands, is about fluidity, you know, and expansion. The Wheel of Fortune. So in yourself, it's all about, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, and you've got the Page of Pentacles. And this is the universe saying to you that it is time. Because if you look at the Wheel of Fortune, as you can see, it's technically still a clock. And it's basically saying to you directly that it's time for you to actually strategize and think of your plans for the roads ahead. And this could be this is particularly for a career. And once you do so, once you know it's time and you make these plans, you'll get a message. This could be from a spiritual point of view, you're going to get dreams. From the 3D, you're going to get calls, and it's going to be regarding work. Did you hear that alarm clock that just flickered right now? That sounded off. It's time. It is time. You know, I don't believe in coincidences. You know, I believe things happen for a reason, and I'm telling you, it's time. The people around you, believe that there's going to be lots of love. There's going to be lots of messages of support during this time, even if you're going to take a step back just to re-strategize. And listen to the people around you for support. If you really need support, and I'm saying to you, like, it's good to have a hub of people to communicate with, even when you're going to go through the hard times, even more so. So the one thing I recommend you doing is speak to people during this time, because they're going to be the ones that's going to give you help during this idea. If anything, it's kind of like they're going to start helping you, you know, start your motor internally, spiritually, you know, physically, emotionally. You know, they're going to be there during that time. If anything, it's going to be the type of friends that will propel you and guide you during this time. Your hopes and fears, I feel like you fear taking a step back is going to be 10 steps back rather than 2 steps back. But you actually need to take a step back in the respect of actually taking time and planning during this time. It's about releasing the fears that you have during this time. And once you release these fears and actually trusting Source that this is a process, then at the end of the day, you taking a step back is only going to help you. See it as an investment of being the best version of yourself. You know, if you're going through that job interview and you're not prepared, what will happen is that you're going to look completely and utterly incompetent. And you don't want that. You want to be prepared for this time. You need to do the research, or you need to find, like, for example, for your career, what you really want. And is this what you really want? That's what you need to be focusing on this current time. And it's about you setting upon those visions that you want. What do you want? So during this time, while the energy might be a little bit slow, re-strategize. Take your time and have the thought of thinking of what you really want to do, you know? But all of this needs planning. And for your outcome, you're going to be fine. I see you celebrating. I see you connecting, networking. And you are guided. You are divinely guided. During that time, this was all a process. You got 3 and 2, 5, and that's basically a massive change. 5s are changes. Fives are changes. And it's you moving into a more positive journey in your life. You taking that step, going towards into the unknown, where it's going to give you, you know, a new sense of growth, prosperity, success, reward. But it's all about you releasing the fears. You release the fears as you go, you will grow. And this is about you expanding. You expanding internally, externally, being more of a social butterfly because of your hard work, because you've had to speak to people that you know that's going to help you through your current time in your regarding your work, or perhaps that you've networked and you found somebody or found people in the industry that you connect with and they helped you find a job. But with this particular reading, it's all about taking a step back in the respects of planning. 2 steps back in order for you to go 10 steps forward. Re-strategizing. It's about understanding that during this time, you've got to really plan. Look within yourself internally and ask yourself, what do you really want? Set your intentions. You've got your discernment from your experiences from the past and use that going forward in terms of, aiding yourself in making better choices. With your incoming future, it's about you taking action, going through the fire like a sword. A sword gets stronger when it goes through fire and it gets sharper. In the present moment, it's about saying it's time. You'll get your messages, but you need to prepare. Your friends will support you, but that's if you speak up. You need to speak up. And removing the fears. Removing the fears that you feel like is prohibiting you, like going forwards. But once you release, you're going to be absolutely fine. Once you release these fears, your thoughts are going to be a lot more expansive. And lastly, success. But this is all done through your intuition. It's all done through your hard work. It's all done through not only your research, but preparing for what you need to do for a new career. Spirit is saying that you can get there, but you need to work hard during this time, okay? But success is there for the taking. I'm the sorcerer. Love, peace, and light.
Sorcerer.